Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Val Talks Pets. Today's episode is the next installment of Trivia with Cats and Dogs, Trivia 102. So get those thinking caps on and keep score if you like as we hit the quiz for cats and dogs. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for over 10 years now, I'm going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. To begin with, have you heard the words omnivore, carnivore, obligate thrown around? What do these words mean? Well, first, let's define them, and then we will see how you assign them to a dog and a cat. First, an omnivore. An omnivore, as defined by Oxford Languages, is an animal that eats both of plant and animal origin. An omnivore eats meat too, as opposed to a herbivore that eats only plant material. A carnivore, according to Merriam-Webster, is an animal that feeds mainly or only on meat, or a plant that traps and digests insects. Now, an obligate carnivore, as defined by Wikipedia, is one whose diet requires nutrients found only in animal flesh. While obligate carnivores might be able to ingest small amounts of plant matter, they lack the necessary physiology required to fully digest it. All right, ready with your scorecard? Is a dog an omnivore, a carnivore, an obligate carnivore, or none of the above? The answer is none of the above. But if you said carnivore, you are the closest, so give yourself a point. A dog is a facultative carnivore. According to dogster.com, this means that they need an animal protein-based diet, but they can benefit from eating plants too. As Dogster explains, there is an enzyme that breaks down starch and other foods besides meat. In humans, this is found in the saliva. In a dog, it is found in the stomach. So this makes it less effective because it takes a longer time for the food to come into contact with amylase, the enzyme to break down the matter. Research suggests that dogs develop the ability to digest grains due to interacting with humans, and this was a major step in their domestication. You may often hear people talk about feeding their dog a more ancestral diet. This is the idea that dogs were meant to eat meat in its raw form, and the addition of grains is not indigenous to a dog's digestion. Now, as stated, dogs have evolved to be able to digest grains, but as also stated, not in the most efficient way. This is where a pet parent has to decide on the type of food they wish for their dog. So final answer, a dog is a facultative carnivore. Next question, same category. What is a cat? The answer is a cat is an obligate carnivore. If you have heard a cat being described as a true carnivore, this is the same thing. Cats are made to thrive on a meat-only diet. To get all the nutrients their bodies need, they must eat meat. In other words, they are obligated to eat meat. So the question arises, why are there grains in many cat food formulas? Well, according to justcatlover.com, grains are not necessary for your cat's diet, but they are not harmful either. They offer essential nutrients, energy, aid digestion, help maintain weight, and support overall feline health. I'm not all that convinced. If my cat is a true carnivore, then I don't see the need for grains. And my Rory is turning 15 this month and shows no signs of slowing down. I must be doing something right. So cats, obligate or true carnivores? Next question. What do you think is the real ratio of human years to dog years? Is it a certain number of years, period, or does it fluctuate with age? Is 1 year of human's life equivalent to 7 years of a dog's life? True or false? The answer is false. Here is the basic chart for dog years. Year 1 is equivalent to 15 to 24 human years. Year 2 is equivalent to 9 to 15 human years. Subsequent years add about 4 to 5 human years. Now, the idea is to realize that breed and size can factor into these numbers, but generally speaking, dogs grow more rapidly in their first few years. So no, the 7 years to every human year does not apply. As for cats, I think many believe it is 5 years for every 1 human year. Is this your thought too? The answer is no, it's not. Here is the chart for cat years. Year 1 is equivalent to 15 years. Year 2 is equivalent to 9 human years. And subsequent cat years is roughly 4 human years. That makes my Rory 76 years old in human years. Well, at 76, he can still run like the wind, jump on a counter, and play with his toys, and explore the world like he's never seen it before. I should be so lucky. Alrighty, next question. Do dogs wag their tails because they are happy? Answer is yes, they do. But as usual, there's more to it than that. According to petmd.com, at the most basic level, a wagging tail simply means the dog is responding to something in their environment. They are trying to convey how they are feeling about what is happening, and they can help people understand what kind of interaction the dog is attempting to have. 2 factors are important in interpreting a dog's tail communication. They are tail position and speed. So think of the tail as their voice. The faster they wag, the louder the voice. As PetMD explains, the base of the tail and its position will convey the mood. Is the dog scared, excited, concerned, curious, happy, or angry? The speed of the wag will indicate the intensity of that mood or emotion. I like the idea of thinking that the position is the mood and the degree of the wag is the voice of that mood. That's why it is never good to assume a dog is friendly just because it is wagging its tail. The tail could be quite erect and wagging fast, which can indicate aggression. So yes, dogs do wag their tails when they are happy, but the tail communicates so much more, and it is our job to learn that language. Same topic for cats. Do cats only wag their tails when they are angry? If by wagging we mean lashing it back and forth, the answer is yes, they are ticked off. But just like dogs, a cat's tail can tell a story as well. According to Catster, there are a few signs of communication we get from a cat's tail. If the cat's tail is straight up, this means they are in a friendly mood. A tail wrapped around your leg, for example, means they trust you. If their tail's up, but slightly curled at the tip like a question mark, they are playful. A slow, swishing tail is a focus cat, and a twitching or quivering tail means they are excited. On the contrary, a cat with a tail up, but only the end is twitching, is a bit irritated with you. A cat with their tail puffed up, scared or being very aggressive, ready for a fight. And that lashing back and forth tail is a kitty with an anger on. Okay, next question. Do dogs and cats dream? The answer is yes, they both do during REM sleep. Most pet parents have watched their dog in deep sleep and they are twitching or even slightly barking or whimpering. Cats twitch too, and some even howl. So, what do they dream about? According to sattva.com, we can't definitely know what a dog is dreaming about, but it is probably things like their daily life, playing or walking. Or they could be thinking back to instincts where they are hunting. They could be recalling a positive or a negative experience that is playing out in their mind. These stress-related situations can easily bring on distressing dreams. Cats will dream too during REM sleep, twitching or even chattering. They may be dreaming about hunting or exploring. They dream about you or the other animals in the household, and they too can dream about stressors that could bring out a fear or stress that comes out in their dreaming. If your dog or cat is having an obvious nightmare, should you wake them? The answer is no. It is important to not startle a dog or cat out of a bad dream, as they may be disoriented and could act aggressively. Also, in order for the pet to be in the dream state, they must achieve REM sleep. REM sleep is important for their well-being, and jerking them out of REM sleep breaks the process of this much-needed sleep. The pet will usually sleep and process through the bad dream and wake up on their own. This is where you come in. If you are present during the nightmare, wait it out, monitor your pet, and when they wake up, offer them comfort and safety. Okay, last question. Does your dog stare at you because they love you? The answer is yes, they do. The primary reason for dogs staring at you in a relaxed way is to express their affection for you. According to akc.org, when a dog stares at you in a relaxed way, oxytocin is released, and this is considered the love hormone. Other reasons that your dog may be staring at you include judging your body language. When a dog stares at its human, it may be looking for body language cues that may mean something is coming that benefits them. Are treats coming? Is it time for a walk? Any chance of playtime? Your dog is looking for any signals, hence staring at you. But the best and most frequent reason is that your dog is communicating to you that they trust and love you. Now, what about cats? Are cats staring at you for the same reason as dogs? Do cats stare at you to say they love you? The answer is yes, they do. According to Brook Farm Veterinary Center, cats stare to communicate. If the cat is relaxed and content, it is probably communicating its affection for you. Cats are also very curious, so they may be staring at you to see what you might do, or stare at you when you are sleeping because your sounds and movements are interesting. As well, a cat may be staring at you to practice their hunting skills. Observing and assessing you like they would prey helps keeps their skills honed. That's a bit disturbing. The best one, however, is when a cat is staring at you and they slowly blink at you. This behavior is known as a cat kiss. According to catster.com, an extra slow and relaxed blink shows a sign of trust and affection. And you can reciprocate by slowly blinking back, communicating your mutual affection for each other. Your kitty will understand this and appreciate you using their language to say, I love you. Well, there you have it. How did you do? It's always fun to test our pet knowledge. We either confirm that we know a fair bit or find some areas where we can increase our knowledge. I hope you had fun with this pet trivia quiz, and you can always check out Pet Trivia 101 if you haven't already, because as I say, knowing is caring. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow or subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and to make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspets.com with topics you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspets.com and let me know what you think and how we can improve upon it. Thanks for caring.